Elementary is a unique school with many needs. Our learning community is relatively small compared to other schools in our district, and I think as educators, we have an amazing opportunity to teach our students how to make a positive impact on the world by giving back to others, which is the basis of my project, Franklin Saves the Food. The purpose of this project is to educate students about the reality of the amount of food wasted each day, why this is a problem in our world, and how they can make a difference in our community. The project will span the course of 3 weeks, and many people will be involved in various ways. While I will take on majority of the responsibility for this project, there are also several other people who will be a part of the team, including my principal, librarian, custodian, teaching partner, and a 4th grade teacher. We will help each other out in various ways to accomplish our ultimate goal, and I imagine the entire staff playing a part in the success of this project because that's the kind of family community we have here at Franklin. For many years, I have observed food being wasted in our school cafeteria. Students are not allowed to take uneaten food from the lunchroom, therefore it gets thrown into the trash. Food waste in our country is a problem, and I think it's important to teach students that even though they are small, they have the potential to make a big difference in the lives of others. The first week of the project will involve educating students on the food waste problems in the world. With the assistance from our librarian, 3rd grade teachers will give lessons and teach students how to research food waste statistics that specifically focus on schools. Once they are aware of the problem, we can begin to find ways to fix it. The next step will be to find solutions. Students will research the benefits of recycling and using a compost bin and how this can be helpful at our school. They will create presentations to share their knowledge with other Franklin students as well. Students will need to become experts on the type of foods that can be recycled and composted. And together we will plan our Franklin Saves the Food initiative that will take place in week 3. In week 2, students will begin the process of creating a compost bin for our school campus. There are many styles of compost bins to choose from, and the core team will need to discuss the pros and cons of each one to determine the best fit for our community. With the help of Franklin's PTA, we will be able to purchase supplies from a local hardware store to begin the building process. Using free online plans, students will take part in the construction of our compost bin. During the second week, students will also share their presentations with other grade levels and tell students and teachers about the upcoming initiative, Franklin Saves the Food. They will educate students on the types of food that can be recycled or used in a compost bin and encourage them to be mindful when putting food on their trays at lunchtime. In the final week, students will research all there is to know about composting to determine the best system for collecting food in the lunchroom. The core team will look at several designs as well as the layout of our cafeteria before deciding on the best system to use. Students will prepare for their Save the Food initiative by making signs to hang on the garbage bins to direct other students on where to throw their food scraps, recyclable products, or trash. With the help of our custodian, students will take turns working the lunch shifts each day to assist students as they discard the items on their lunch trays. With any project comes challenges that will need addressing along the way, and within this project, I can anticipate struggles with the factors of money and time. While I do believe our PTA will offer to help pay for the supplies it takes to build a compost bin, I am sure there will be unforeseen costs that arise along the way. Building materials can be expensive, and I will need to consider this when choosing the best compost bin system for our needs. By taking time to research the costs, however, I can prevent any problems from occurring within the budget. Time is also a factor that can cause challenges within a project, as there never seems to be enough of it. There are several activities within this project that may require more time than was planned, such as students researching and building a compost bin. As the team leader, it will be my responsibility to communicate the time constraints with my team members so that we all stay on the same page for the duration of the service project. Once the project has concluded, students and volunteers will continue to maintain the compost bin throughout the school year. Our custodian will play a large part in the upkeep of the compost bin, and we can set up a rotation schedule for students and community members to help with the maintenance of our compost system. The success of this project means way more than just creating a compost bin on our school campus, and it really means even more than just teaching kids how to be mindful when they're putting things on their trays and making sure that we are really being diligent about the food waste problem in the world. And all of those things are really important, and I would consider that to be a huge success if at the end of this project that's what students got from this. But really, I think about the bigger impact that this can make on the lives of not only the students but the adults involved. And just thinking about how we can teach students what it means to be servant leaders in the world really is the reward for everyone in this. So I look forward to how the students feel when this service project is finished, and I do wonder if they will have different thoughts about what it means to make a big difference in the world that they live in. So that's where the success is going to come, and I think it'll get there, really I do. So my vision for the future is actually the thing I'm most excited about with this service project, because I have high hopes of creating a service project club at Franklin. And Franklin students are very unique and they're so special, and they oftentimes come from lives that are underprivileged. And to be honest, I think a lot of Franklin students feel as though they can't make a difference in the world, and maybe they just don't know how. So I hope that starting a service project club will instill a sense of purpose for them, and that it will help them to give back to the world in ways that maybe they never thought they could. So this service project of Franklin Saves the Food is really just a very small piece of the really big puzzle. And I can't wait to get started on creating a service project club in the future.